Hello, guys. Am I audible to you? Guys, am I audible? Okay. Okay, fine.
Yes, ma'am.
So we'll just wait some time, let everyone join up, then we'll just start off with today's session. Okay, guys, we'll just start off with the session today. So, who have not presented their project yesterday, they have to present their project today. So, who is ready with the project and wants to go ahead with the project? Okay, Harsh, you can just share your screen and start with your presentation.
Clear? Hello.
Yeah,
Am I audible?
yeah, you're audible.
No? Hello guys.
Yeah.
My project is my project is automated EDA analysis. First,
Okay, you can start off with the
uh,
presentation.
okay. First I've created is imported like necessary libraries. After that, using which we can ask user to upload their dataset. For example, here I have selected corporate financial analysis 2019. Here you can see basic structure, top 5 rows of a data set. After that, here I have created this field to check for the overview shape of the data set, duplicates, and also some missing value summaries using in a step 2. Then in step 3 I will handle duplicate values. After that, in step 4 we'll handle missing values. Then we'll check for outlier using IQR method, and we'll replace the outliers. in While handling missing values in numerical column, we'll use median, and in categorical column we'll mode values. As you can see, shape of the table is 360 by 12. 360 total duplicates is 0, and will missing values is 0. After that, here so you can see outlier detection summary. Now here we can see summary for example shape, then total missing values in each column, data type of each column. After that, here I have created automated visualization for EDA, where we'll plotting box plot. Here we'll be plotting box plot, then distribution plot, correlation heat map, pair plot, categorical count plot, numerical versus categorical relationship plot, trend plot. I'll check as sample. Some error is occurring. Not. Now may I start after 5 minutes due to some error?
Okay, so what is the problem? Haven't you checked your file?
I have checked, ma'am, before, but I don't know.
Mhm.
I have checked it
Fine, you
hour
take your
late,
time.
hour before. Okay.
So by the time anyone else wants to present, no one? Fine, I'll then wait for Harsh to present the project. Then we'll just start off with the session.
Is my screen visible now?
Yes, your screen is visible.
These are the plots that we get using these codes. For categorical correlation heat map, box plot, distribution plot. First is frequency, area, total area, then distribution of rainfall, annual rain, distribution of fertilizer map, then a box plot on of a crop year, then box plot based on area, where then correlation heat map of numerical features based on yield, pesticide, fertilizer, then pairwise relationship of top four columns, numeric columns, and these are after that based on crop and category distribution count, then crop year. There are some problems with these plots which
Your
I need
voice
to
is
solve.
breaking, Harsh. Your
After that,
voice is broken. Your voice is breaking. Just make it from the
okay,
very second last to last plots that you are discussing.
second plot. This ma'am.
Yeah, you can.
Here I've plotted crop box plot of a crop year to find the outliers. After a trend of a crop, there are some problems with the plots which I need to solve for making plot more visually appealing for most data. After that, I have connected Gemini 2.5 Flash. Once it is connected, Gemini is connected. Here I have created this code to check if Gemini is connected properly or not. As you can see, I was give me one line about automated EDA using AI. My link is little slow, so response the the output is automated EDA using AI intelligently analyzes data to rapidly uncover hidden insights. After that, I've created code to ask Gemini to generate AI insights of the data in the data. So it takes some time to get them to generate insight. So here I have get 5 point 5 points that that Gemini is given, that data quality, completeness, time series. I rated using wide data profiling. I've created a profile report. Using this, I've got this report, ETA report one. I have got the used here. I can see data sets that is correlated with state like that. There's column wise variables which we can see distinct percent missing values and memory size of each column. As here you can also see a column chart with maximum and minimum values. Here interaction between area and production and fertilizer and area also. After that, correlation heat map, then missing values. That's it, ma'am.
Okay, fine. The basic and minimum thing that I need to tell it to you about the project, that is,
Yes.
you need to improve your presentation skills. Like you have given, just you told I have created this bar plot, I have created this column plot, I have done this or that. But the majority things you need to just explain the plots and you need to show me or tell me about the insights that you have got from the plot.
Okay.
The steps are clear. Of course, anyone will know whatever be the step. Like you have to create a model, then what would be the steps that everyone know because we are everyone here. We have already learned about it. We know about all of the details, like what are the steps need to be followed. But
Okay.
when you are presenting to someone, the steps, every step that you are following up, that should be clear enough to someone that the person can easily understand.
Okay.
Here, what you are saying that by this code, I have prepared all these plots, this bar plots, this whatever be the etc. etc. plots you have prepared. You are just telling that this is this plot you have prepared. So my intention here is not to plot the like just for taking to put down the plot. I am not putting down the plots. Here, I
Yes,
just
ma'am.
want to plot the graph, and from that, I should get some of the insights because your work like here you are like here as an intern you are just you have joined and the problem statement or the position that you have came up as a data analytics intern. So what is the work of a data analytics intern or data analyst basically to take down the plot and gain some of the relatable insights so that the business person or for whom you are creating all of it, they can understand the details and they can get any of the major problem, like major decision from the data, right? So for that, you are creating the plots. So that would be
Okay.
very much necessary when you are taking down with the plots.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. For the next
Yes.
project presentation, keep this in mind.
Okay.
Yeah, you can just stop presenting. Okay, I do have a question. Can you please confirm me who have already presented the project yesterday? I guess four of you have already presented the project. I just need to get the names. So who have already presented their project yesterday, just raise your hands, please. Okay. Yeah, except Himanshu, four other like three other members are also there who have presented. Can you just let me know the names? No one? Okay, fine. You can, Himanshu, you can just like raise down your hands. So next, who wants to present? It is Neha.
Yes,
Neha, you
ma'am.
can
Yes,
just
ma'am.
start with your presentation.
Okay, ma'am. My screen is visible.
Yeah, your screen is visible.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. Today I'm going to present my project on customer segmentation using K-means clustering and a decision tree classifier. The main objective is to analyze more customers and group them based on their annual income and spending scores. To start with, I imported all the necessary libraries, Python libraries, NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn, and K-means from the scikit-learn. NumPy and Pandas are used for data handling and analysis. Matplotlib and Seaborn are used for visualizations, and K-means is the algorithm used for clustering. Next, I loaded the mole customers CSV file using pandas and viewed the first five rows to understand the structure. It contains 200 customers with five columns. Next, I checked the missing values and found there are none. So our dataset is clean and ready to use. Uh, next, next I plot. Let's try plot a pair plot to understand the relationship between variables. I created a pair plot. It helps us to visualize how variables like age, income, and spending score are related, and they are separated by gender. So from diagonal plots, top left to bottom right, these are KDE, means kernel density estimation, uh, which shows that the distribution of each variable for males and the females. Here you can see that the customer ID, slight difference between the gender, but mostly uniform. Gender distribution is roughly equal across customer ID. Then age, so we can see both female and male distribution peak around 30 to 40. Most customers are middle-aged adult. Then come to the annual income. Both genders have similar income distribution with a peak near 60,000. Income levels are balanced between the genders. Next, we come to the spending score. So, orange curve, have a slightly highest peak in spending score, means that female tend to have higher spending scores than males, showing more purchasing engagement. Then comes to the off diagonal scatter plot. Each scatter plot shows the relationship between two different variables. First, come to the age and First, come to the age and spending score. This one. So here we can see no strong correlation, but we can see that younger customers aged from 20 to 35 around have a higher spending scores. We can see have a higher spending score. So we can say younger individuals tend to spend more, possibly. Then comes to the age versus annual income. This one. This shows the slight upward pattern, means older customers generally have slightly higher income. Then comes to the annual income and spending score. The clear segmentation. Wait a minute. Annual income. Yeah, this one. Annual income and spending score. This shows clear segmentation like structures. Some high incomes have low spending scores. Some low income have some low income have high spending scores, impulsive or we can say brand loyals. Then come to the customer ID with others, like linear relationship with the annual income, no meaningful relationship with the age or spending score also. Then I created these are the insights from the pair plot. Then I created the correlation heat map. These are the colors, a value close to +1. These are denoted by dark red color, indicates a strong positive correlation, means a one variable increases, then the other variable also increases. Then a value close to -1. These are denoted by dark blue, indicates that a strong negative relation. Then a value very close to the zero, it represented by light blue, indicates little or no correlation. Then we can also see that the age and the spending score have been -0.33, means that the means that it suggests that customers get older, their spending score tends to decrease. Then comes to the annual income and spending score. It is 0.0099, close to zero. So close to zero. So we can say that no correlation, directly correlation with these. Then comes to the yeah, it these are the diagonal relation. All are one value. Then comes to my histogram from for age and its count. The blue bars represent the number of customers in each age group. The red dashed line shows the average age. This is the histogram shows how customers are spread across different age group. As we can see that the most customers fall between 20 to 40 years, which means the company's major customer is relatively young. The tallest bar around these age indicate that these age group have highest frequency of customers. Then the red dashed line represent the mean age of customer, which is approximately 38.9 years. This line helps us to understand the central tendency of the data. From this distribution, we can conclude that that the customer population is slightly right skewed, meaning there are fewer old customers than the younger one. Then comes to my annual income distribution. This is also an histogram where the x-axis represents the annual income and y-axis represents the number of customers within each income range. From this chart, we can see that the most of the customers are between 40,000 and 40,000 and 80,000 per year. These middle income groups are form the largest portion of our customer base. Then we have the red dashed line represents the mean annual income, which is around 60.6 thousand. This tells us that on average, customer in our data set having an income close to 60,000 per year. We can also observe that there are fewer customers in the high income range, which is highlighted here in the light green on the right side of the chart. This shaded area marks customer earning above roughly 1 lakh per year, above 1 lakh per year. Even though this is smaller segment, these customers may have a higher purchasing capacity and can be an important group for premium products. Uh, then comes to my next plot, spending score and count. This is also an histogram and it helps us understand how customer differs in terms of spending behavior. On the x-axis, we have spending score, which ranges from 1 to 100, and on the y-axis, we have number of customers within each spending range. The spending score usually represents how much a customer spends in comparison to others. Means higher score means the customer spends more frequently, while the lower score indicate lower spending activity. We can see that the customers are spread across different spending levels, but there are two distinct groups. We can see clearly that the red area and the green shaded area. On the left, the light red area, we have low spenders with spending score 0 to 30, 0 to 25. On the right side, highlighted in light green, we have spending scores with the spending scores between 75 to 100, 75 and 100. Then we have red dashed line in the center shows the mean spending score, which is approximately 50.2. This means that on average, customers have a moderate level of spending activity. Also, an interesting observation is that we have a biomodel. It appears a biomodel indicates two major groups that spend very little and another group that spends a lot. Then we have, then I have for clustering, I selected only two columns, that is annual income and spending scores, since these two factors best represent customer behavior and purchasing capacity. Then I plot a elbow method, and how I use it in my project. First we need to understand what is the elbow method. Basically, the elbow method is a technique used to find the optimal number of cluster, means k value. In the k means clustering algorithm. In k means we divide the data into k clusters in such a way that each data point belongs to the cluster with the nearest mean. But the main challenge is how do we know that how many clusters are ideal? That's why I use that's where the elbow method helps. Here we calculate the WCSS, means the within cluster sum of squares. It measures how tightly the data points are grouped within each cluster. When we increase a number of clusters, the WCSS value keeps decreasing because clusters become smaller and more specific. So this point of sudden change or bend in the curve is called elbow point. Now comes to my this chart. On the x-axis, we have the number of clusters, and on the y-axis, we have the WCSS values. As we can see, the number of clusters increases increases from 1 to 5. 1 to 5, the WCSS drops sharply. This means clustering is becoming better. But after k equals to 5, the decrease in WCSS becomes very small and the curve almost flattens out. We can see here. This point, where the curve bends or forms an elbow shape, is highlighted by the green dot on the graph. So the optimal number of cluster is 5. That means dividing the customers into 5 distinct groups gives the best balance between the model accuracy. So these 5 cluster will then be used for the customer segmentation. After determining k equals to 5, I applied the k-means algorithm. Uh, it randomly it randomly selects k centroids. Wait, it randomly selects k centroids, then assign each customer to the nearest centroid based on distance. Then it recalculates the centroid repeatedly until they stabilize, means minimizing the WCSS values. After fitting the model, each customer was assigned a cluster label from cluster 0 to cluster 5. First I will explain the result of k-means clustering based on annual income and spending score. After determining the optimal number of cluster as 5 from elbow method, I've applied this algorithm. Each colored group represent one cluster of customer with similar income and spending behavior, and the black cross marks shows the centroids of or the center points of each cluster. Now, cluster one, which is average income and average spending, these customers are represented by green color. These customers fall in the middle range for both income and spending. So they represent moderate buyers. They spend in a balanced way according to their income. So these customers can be maintained through regular engagement. Then we have cluster 2, which is represented by orange color. That is high income and low spending. These customers have a good income, but uh, high income and high, wait a minute, high income and high spending. So these customers are premium customers. They have a high income and also spends a lot. They are ideal targets for premium products and can be offered exclusive deals also. Then for cluster 3, we have high income and low spending, which is represented by yellow color. These customers have good income but spends very little. They might be potential customers who can be converted into high spenders through promotion or discounts. Then we have cluster 4, low income and low spending. This group is represented by purple color. This group has low purchasing power and low spendings, means they may not be respond much to the marketing campaign. Then comes to the blue color, that is cluster 5, that is low income and high spending. Uh, and this group spends quite a lot despite having the lower income. They could be impulsive buyers, so strategies like budget friendly offers or loyalty points might work best for them. Then I make a decision tree model. Then, to make the project even more insightful, I trained the decision tree classifier to predict which cluster a new customer belongs to based on their age, spending score, and annual income. A decision tree works like a flow chart. It splits the data into branches using decision rules like if income is greater than 50K and spending score is greater than 60, then the customer belongs to which cluster. So the model accuracy is 97.5% accuracy, which means it can correctly predict customer clusters for new entries. For uh, examples I will give you later. First, I understand this graph. This chart, the season tree model that I use for customer cluster prediction. Uh, the goal wait a minute. The model accuracy is 97.5%, and the classification report that shows precision, recall, and F1 score for all five clusters means the model performed well for all the customer types. This can indicate that our decision tree model is well trained and also it is reliable. So each box we can see here, each box in the tree represent a decision tool based on annual income and spending score. And at every step, the tree splits uh, into two to separate customer into most distinct group possible. So the root node we see here at the top starts by checking spending score, which is less than equals to 62. If it is true, it means that customer spends less. They are likely belongs to customer that spends less. If false, they are likely to be high spending customers. Moving down to the left side of the tree, if the spending score is less than equals to 39.5, the model predicts cluster as zero, which generally represents average or low spenders. Then based on annual income thresholds like 50 to 55,000 or 72,000, 55,000 and 72,000, it further refines whether a cluster belongs to cluster 2 or cluster 3. On the right side of the tree, if the spending score is greater than 62, it shows false, then it moves in the right side. It checks the annual income. If it is less than 53.5, customers with higher income and higher spending are classified as cluster 1, while other fall into the cluster 4, which often represents low income but high spending customers. So, and we can also see the colors, uh, which represents the clusters. That green color, which is cluster 1, orange color, which is cluster 0, purple color is cluster 4, and blue color is for cluster 3, and green color is for cluster 2. And also the Geneva value inside each node measure impurity, means lower values mean the node is pure, or we can say more confident in its classification. Then I also use some examples on real world, like I tested for age 30 and annual income 75 and a spending score 80. uh, 80, then I passed this customer's income and spending score into the model, and it predicted the cluster 1 that corresponds to high income and high spending. In other words, this customer is a premium high value shopper. Then I also have another example. I tested it when I passed the starter, that is age is 40 and spending score is 45 age and spending score is 40 and having annual income is 25. When I passed the starter into the trained model, it predicted that this customer belongs to cluster 3. Hence, the model has correctly classified the person into a low spending customer. Finally, based on clusters, we identify business and targeted actions. Uh, in fact, we could also create an interactive app using the decision tree model. By entering a new customer detail, the app could instantly predict their cluster, which would make it very easy for marketing team to send the right offers or notification via email or a number to each customer segment. This is whole the summary I write. That's all, ma'am.
Okay, got it. Okay, can you just show me the data set that you have taken, the CSV file?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. This is a CSV file.
Okay. So first you did the pre-processing and then gone ahead with the model that is k-means, like the EDA basically that you did. Then the model you have selected, k-means, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Got it. So for evaluation purpose, did you check for anything?
Yes, ma'am. For missing values and duplicates. And through that, we have no missing values and duplicate values.
No, I am asking about like checking for the model evaluation part. I'm asking.
Yes, ma'am. This decision tree classification.
Okay, just go up. Can you go up? Yeah, just a moment. Uh, yeah. Before you have just taken down the clusters, that code, can you just show me up once? The plotting
Clusters,
basically.
like
Yeah.
these are the clusters.
Yeah, before that, just go up. Here, basically, in the clusters, I do have a suggestion that you have put it as cluster 1, cluster 2, cluster 3, along with the
Okay.
details. You just don't need to mention as cluster 1, cluster 2. Just go for the details like a high income, high expense, or low income, high expense. In that format, how the details has came up, just put it like that. Just ignore with cluster 1, cluster 2, cluster 3. That format, you can just omit out.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. uh, After the insight and before, yeah, here only, just a moment. So you have taken with the elbow method the value of k to be 5, right? And then you have
Yes,
just taken the then you have based on the values of k, you have done the k means and you have just plotted it down, right?
yes,
Like the clusters you have plotted,
yes,
right?
ma'am.
Fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, Sneha. Fine. So can you just let me know the project name, like which project you have actually taken into action?
Customer segmentation, AI-driven customer segmentation.
Okay, fine. You can just stop your screen share.
Okay, ma'am.
So who else wants to present? Guys, is there anyone else who wants to present their project? Vijay, are you here? Vijay Das.
Yes, ma'am.
So yesterday you told there is certain issue. Have you fixed out that those issue in your code?
Ma'am, actually, I've tried a lot but couldn't fix it.
Like what exactly is the issue?
Ma'am, sometimes, ma'am, it shows that the data set doesn't exist.
So how come this will happen that the data set doesn't exist? You are using the collab file, right?
No, ma'am, Jupyter.
Okay, if Jupyter also, if you are using Jupyter also, then also like why, like you can just copy paste the code in Collab and see if there is any proper issue in the Jupyter. Because of that, it is not working. You can just copy paste the code in Collab and see how it is working.
Ma'am, actually,
And
yes, ma'am.
yeah,
Yeah, ma'am.
yeah, tell.
Ma'am, actually, I am
You
used
are telling
to
something.
Jupyter. That's why, ma'am, I
Right.
use it. I have no idea of Google Colab.
It's just an editor. It is nothing like extraordinary. If you're doing it, can you just show me your Jupyter file that you are working on?
Yeah, ma'am. Just a minute. Ma'am, is the screen visible?
Yeah, it is visible.
Ma'am, this is the error.
Okay, go up, go up.
Ma'am, actually, I have executed the whole function, but it shows that the file doesn't exist.
I am not getting.
Ma'am,
Just go
actually,
up.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
ma'am.
You are telling what?
Ma'am, I was telling that I have did the whole program, but at the end it was showing that the file doesn't exist. So I deleted the whole code and tried to execute it again. So this is the error it shows.
Okay, there might be the issue with the part where you are storing the like where you are storing the value, like the data, like the code, like the file actually. So there might be the issue with the part that you are giving.
It might be, ma'am.
Just go up. Then just go up. Just open a new tab. Open a new tab.
Okay, ma'am.
Just write Google Collab. Here in the search bar, write Google Collab. Just open up the first link that came up.
Is this one now?
Yeah, right. Now go with a below new notebook with blue that is coming up. Yeah, just go with that. Yeah. So here you have first imported the libraries, right? From your that code, just paste the imported library section here.
Okay, ma'am. So, ma'am, I have to import it.
The libraries that you have imported, that is basic thing that every
Okay,
like
ma'am.
in Jupyter also you have to import the libraries. That is basic for any ID that you'll be working, like
Ma'am, like pandas,
ID
numpy,
that you'll be
matplotlib.
working, you have to import the libraries. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You just copy that and paste it here. You don't have to write it down. It will take a bit of time.
Okay, ma'am.
Go up and yeah, import that part. Like take it. You don't have to take this one. Okay, okay, okay. Whatever you have copied, just copy it and paste it here in the collab.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So
Okay, ma'am.
next you have this file student performance.csv. This file you are having.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now you no, don't run it because it you haven't taken this file now, right? So it is not
Yes, ma'am.
connected to your like file explorer, neither to your drive. So how it will get through with the file? So
Yes,
just
ma'am.
in the top, in the left section, you have the last icon that you can see with the like the file explorer kind of option. Go down. Yeah, this one. Open it. Click it down. Now the first option, up. Yeah,
Yes,
this
ma'am.
one.
This one.
Click it down. Click one, and just the file that you have named. Just like open that file.
Yes, ma'am.
Open it.
Okay.
It is in CSV, right? Just wait.
Yes, ma'am.
So wait, it is coming up. Like it is just loading it up. Just wait for that.
Yes, ma'am.
It came. Now you just run the code.
Yeah. Okay, ma'am. Coming.
So it has came, right? So Google Colab is very obvious. Now I guess you don't will not face the issue that file is not coming. So I have already shown you how you have to take it. Now the rest of the code you need to follow because you already told you are done with the coding section, right? And
Yeah,
how
ma'am, but
come
I
like
deleted that.
okay, that is fine. But the thing is, a major section, whenever we are writing the code, after we are just importing the file, we just try and see is our data loaded or not. Then we just move ahead with the other section. How come you have written the entire section of the code and you don't know your data is loaded or not?
Okay, ma'am.
And yeah, uh, the section there, update path if needed. This one you can just omit because you don't have to update your path, and it is not a proper path. It is the direct the file that you are taking. You have just importing that, so you don't need to take into account with that. Fine,
Okay, ma'am.
and accordingly go with the same.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, you can just stop sharing. So your code is like program or the project that has been given, it is not completed from your end, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. You can just stop sharing your
I
screen.
will submit the video link, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. So is there anyone else who wants to present? I'm asking for the last time. Fine. So guys, let me just confirm you with some of the details because it's up to you, obviously, if you want to present it or not. But it's also the part, if you are not presenting, you are not getting the certificate. That is confirmed. Fine. So make that very clear that if you are not presenting your project on like not taking it seriously, you will definitely not getting the certificate. So only those person I have taken down their names who have already presented for today. So their project will be evaluated, and it's not for the same like they have done it for the this week also. Their performance in the last 4 weeks will also be evaluated. Based on that, only the certificates will be given. Fine. So I just wanted to give you a count. Like for this week, we do have this is the final week of of this internship. So this week you have to work with the project. By Friday, you'll be given with the final major project that you need to work on, and with that, you completing only the task doesn't make a proper evaluative form. Like for evaluation, also there is certain criteria that needed to be mentioned, right? You're not only just giving the presentation make the enough of it. You need to just your performance would be evaluated, your project, how you are preparing your project, that is very essential up. And also in like your attendance will also be evaluated. So I can see each and every day the students in this sessions are going down because you people don't want to present. Basically, in the presentation session days, I can majorly fix out on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So I don't know what exactly the issue you people are having, but these are the major details. So you are investing your time here. So in return, you should get the certificate, right? So this is the proper thing that you need to understand. So you are investing the time and not doing your work, you will not get a industry level certificate from here. That is the internship completion certificate. So I'll just go today and will discuss about the template that you need to cover up, or today I'll discuss a related project. You need to understand that thing a bit in details because in the section, I don't know what kind of project it would be there in the major. There would be a capstone project, that's for sure. There you need to integrate with like work accordingly with SQL, Python, or R along with any of the visualization tools, maybe Excel, Power BI, and or Tableau, any of them. So for three basic tools you need to work on. So I'll be showing the details of project or normal project details, and the template I'll be showing for a Python project, and you need to follow this because the final major project, and this is the capstone project. So everything should be accurate, everything should be well balanced. So I'll just show you. Just a moment. Let me just open my collab file. Just a moment. Can you see my screen?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No,
Okay,
ma'am.
just a moment. Let me just share my screen now. Now is it visible?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. So this is my personal project. So I'm just showing like what should be your template to follow on when you'll be working in a industry level final project, major project that you need to take care. Fine. So very first thing that the name that you'll be giving to the project, fine. So that name should be mentioned with that name, your IPB file or the collab notebook should be saved on. Fine. So this is my project name, and with this, my file is also saved. My notebook is also saved, right? So you make sure that this name should be there. Before that, what basic like I have the project that is Flipkart ML project because the data set that I have used here is inbuilt like Flipkart data that I have got. So from that, I have worked on this project basically. So this is the other part. Ignore that, but this part should be same because this is my project name, that is data driven insight for enhancing customer support experience. Fine. So this name and this name should be same. So this is the very first criteria. I would like you guys to just note down the format or the template because this is very much needed for your final project because that would be shared and accordingly is a major part of the evaluation. So you people will be judged based on the project that will be given. So the form that you are taking on, that needs to be taken care of. Fine. So the project name should be there. Below that, like what type of project, is it a EDA project, regression based classification, unsupervised? What is the project that needs to be mentioned up? Like if it is a customer support experience project, and what type of project, like what domain project that you need to present up, their contribution, is it a team project or individual project, that you need to mention up because for the final week your groups would be made among yourself because that would be a team project that you need to take care. And up to this all these five projects were the five mini projects, so that were individual projects. So your contribution needs to be mentioned, like is it an individual project or a team project, how it is. So that needs to be mentioned. Next, you need to mention the people name. Like if it is an individual project, your name should be mentioned up, or if it is a team-based project, then all of the members' name should be present up. So up to this much, is it clear how you need to just start off?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. So there should be a proper project summary. So on which project you are working, there should be a proper project summary. So it shouldn't be like that, that you are just going to chat GPT and asking for a, I need a project summary for this project, for this, you are just giving the description and it is generating. So you should at least read what it is generating. There might be points that you are not including in your methodology, or not including in the project that you are taking. So it shouldn't be like this. The project summary says something and the project that you are going and preparing, that says something else. So it should be all connected. Like whatever you are putting into the project summary, that steps only you need to put it in the building of the project. Fine. So in the project summary, the very first thing that you need to mention is the project objective. Project objective should be mentioned and the business context, because all of you here are working as a data analyst. So here you need to put project objective. Next, you need to put this business context. What is your business context? Then you need to put the data overview and the processing. So whatever you will be processing, what is the pre-processing step that you are mentioning up? Everything should be mentioned, but it shouldn't be like in a paragraph format. Try to keep it in single lines, in a single form, so that anyone can try and understand it. We do get feel bored when we have to read the paragraphs, right? So try to make it sweet, simple, but of course professional and to the point. Fine. Then the model technique you need to mention. Next, the evaluation, model selection, model explainability, and the business outcomes and recommendations. Clear? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. Next, you need to attach the GitHub link, whatever be the GitHub. Like after you have prepared the project, if you are after the presentation, basically, you need to just put the GitHub link there, because GitHub link is very much needed to take into account with the same. So there should be a proper GitHub link. Then the problem statement should be there. What is the problem statement that I need to take into consideration? That should be there. Fine. Next, we will just begin with the coding section. First, you need to know your data, like take a proper form, like you need to just, it shouldn't be like that in a single cell. You are just you are working with Jupyter, or whether you are working with the collab. I don't care, but you should not paste everything under a single cell. It shouldn't be like that. You should keep the breaks. Like you should take it in this format, like import libraries. There should be like you get an option of code and text. Put the add text version, then add import libraries, then add the code section, what code you are putting in. Fine. So there should be an import libraries. There should be a form that data set loading, how you are doing. So I'll suggest for any of the project that you'll be working with collab, try to add the file, connect it with your Google Drive account and upload the file in your Google Drive. And from there, you need to take down the data set. It's like I have shown you the way that from here you can just upload the file, but that is for temporary sections. Once your file, like there is a runtime issue or your file stop, this file, the file that you have uploaded, that will vanish, right? That will disappear. So you need a permanent solution for this. So what is the solution? To like connect it with your Google Drive and get the files from there. Fine. Next, you need to just take care of the details, like you need to read the CSV and the other details. Next, you need to make a copy of your CSV, like the data that you have prepared, that is fine. The database, like the data frame that you have created as DF, that is fine. But after that, keep a copy, make a copy of DF, like keep a name. Suppose DF underscore copy or the clean. This is the new variable that you have created. Next, it will put equal to df dot clean. uh, df.copy. This code you need to write it down so that you get a copied version of your df, like the data frame. Now do all of the work, that is the pre-processing task or data cleaning, data pre-processing, feature engineering, feature selection, all those tasks. Try and do it in the copied version. Fine. Next, do some of the major tasks like the data, like the view of the first, then rows and columns. What is the count? What is the data set information? Missing values. So suppose you are going and working with the missing value, make sure that you plot it down either with missing go or with heat map. Any one of it. Try and visualize it. Like what is the missing values you are getting based on that. Fine. Then there should be a proper question. What did you know about the data set? There in the text format, you need to write what is the forms that you have taken into account. What do you know about your data set? Next, in the understanding section, there should be a data set column, like what data set you have taken into account, what are the column names, what are the data types, then the data set descriptions. Then there should be a written format, like which variable or which feature signifies what. That should be mentioned properly. Next, the data wrangling steps that you have taken into account, you'll be taking that and you need to mention it in the text as well. Next, the visualization, whatever be the visualization that you need to take into account, you have to take into account with all the visualizations. Suppose your chart, that like the data set that you are taking into account, that contains around 12 to 13 features, or maybe 20 features it does contain. So don't just include one or two EDA. Try and include more than two. Try and include around 10 to 12 10 to 12 charts should be there for the data set having the features that is above 20. So up to this, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Guys, did you people understood? Is there any queries up to now?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Fine. So this is how you need to confirm with the EDA. And after each of the visualization, there should be two questions that you need to answer. That is, why did you pick up the chart? And what are the insights that you have found from the chart? These 2 points should be mentioned for sure, because you are like, suppose here also at least you people are explaining, like you are getting a chance to present your project. But when you'll be working and going to the industry, there when your GitHub account or your project will be seen, they in that section you won't be there to explain all of the details. So you have just created the file, like you have just gone ahead and suppose here I am going and plotting a box plot. So what insights I have got, I have enlisted up here. This is my observation. This is my insight based on the like what is my features. Based on that, I have given all of the details up. So your code should be also like that. That based on the plot, what insight you have received, you must address that. So there should be at least 12 to 10 to 12 plots that should be there, and there should be these two questions should be answered after the plot has been done. After all of this, if there you get a scope of doing hypothesis testing, try and do at least three hypotheses. Take three hypotheses, do the hypothesis testing, and get the like if you are putting about a chi-square test or t-test or ANOVA test, whatever be the test that you are doing, try to plot it down. Try to plot it down, because people do understand better from the data, best understand from the charts or pictures. So when you are plotting it down, there would be clear understanding about what would be your hypothesis and how you have taken into account, and what makes the details better. So for that, if you are going ahead with hypothesis testing, just try and go ahead with that. Next, if the problem is related to any of the model building, model evaluation, then just choose your model. Keep two sections on. First, where you need to build a model, like need to choose the model. In that section, specify which models you are preparing. So for any of the data set that you are taking, don't just go ahead with only one model. That is simply a no-no because you don't know how your data is and is your model working good for that or not. So try and keep at least 2 to 3 models. Basically try and keep 3 models. That is the standard that you need to mention and that you need to maintain as well. That is 3 models should be there. So for this, suppose I have taken 3 model, maybe XGBoost I have taken, Light GBM I have taken, or maybe Random Forest I have taken. I'm just giving an example. So 3 models I have taken it down. So for the first, I'll go check for the details. Like I'll fit it the model, split the data into X train, Y train, X test, Y trace. In that form, I'll split the data and eventually we'll go ahead with the model training. So after you have done with the model training, go for the evaluation purpose. There consider accuracy, precision, F1 score, recall value, and also the confusion matrix. So all these 5 details should be there in the evaluation section for each of the code that like each of the models that you are taking into consideration. So suppose your data set is highly imbalanced. Suppose you are taking some of the data that is maybe the credit card fraud detection data. There, the not fraud data is very high and the fraud data is very low, right? So you need to handle the class imbalance. Using SMOT, you can use that. You can just take care of the class imbalance. Or in case of if you are using ANN based model, that is artificial neural network, there also you can adjust the weight. Like for the one that is not fraud whose values are high, for that the weight you will be keeping low. But for the one that is fraud, try and keep the weight and bias value to be high so that it tries and adjusts somewhat. Clear up to this? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So after you have prepared the 3 models, tested those 3 models, then you have to just go ahead and evaluate the model. After you have evaluated them up, you just need to take into consideration that how you need to like you need to prepare a tabular comparison format where all of your data, like all of your 3 models actually will be evaluated based on accuracy, precision, recall, F1 score, all of it. Okay. So after it's been done, next you will save the best model that you have got into PKL format. .pkl format, you have to save that. Okay, once you have saved it, if you got a option, if you have to deploy, you can deploy it using Streamlit or any other, maybe with any other API, maybe with Django or any or Flask, you can do it. But you can also use the Streamlit to deploy your project up. And you have to store after the deployment section. You need to give a proper conclusion of the project. Okay, hope I have made everything clear.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
So you need to follow this form and you need to make your project like in this form itself. So here I just mentioned that in this section, when we are going up, there should be a proper project summary that should be proper. Like uh, there shouldn't be anything that you are missing out. This from this section only one will get to know what is your project and what you have delivered in the project section. So there should be a proper project summary and a proper problem statement. Okay. Clear? Understood?
Um,
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I just need to ask, like, though, for those who have presented all five projects, like done with all five projects and submitted, they also need to just go ahead and share all of those projects along with your GitHub link. And whoever has not presented in the session, they have just recorded the video in a mail ID. So you have got the mini underscore project, that mail ID, right? So you have to submit all of those projects from week 1 to week 5 along with your GitHub repository details where you have just uploaded that project, GitHub link actually of that project. And if anyone has not presented in the session, they have recorded the video and just taken into consideration that video link, like taken into that and just uploaded that in the Google Drive. That link should be there, and you have to paste all of this week wise. For week one, there should be the project name, week one project name, the project like the project file, what is the collab file, that link that you have to upload in the Google collab, sorry, in the Google Drive, and from there you need to give the access. So collab link should be there. Then there should be a proper GitHub link. A GitHub link should be there. And third, if anyone has not presented in the session, they have separately prepared prepared the project presentation video, the video link. So like that, five project along with all of these details, you have to mail it to them. Fine.
Ma'am, can you repeat the
Ma'am,
email address, ma'am?
yes, ma'am.
So yeah, I'll just ask them to just share the mail address in your WhatsApp group. That would be convenient for you, I guess. So from there you can get the mail address, and from there you have to submit all of your five mini projects that you have created till now in that mail ID. Fine.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. And the template that I have showed you, that is clear to you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
That is clear, right? And any queries you are having
Yes, ma'am.
on that, or any specific doubt you people are having related to how to present the project or how you have to prepare the project? No, right? So along with the code file, maybe the Jupyter notebook or the collab file, along with that, you need to prepare a proper PPT, that is PowerPoint presentation of the project that you are going to prepare. Okay, so there should be a proper PowerPoint presentation that you need to prepare based on the project, and also the project report. What project report you need to take into consideration, like based on the project report that you have, like on which the project you have prepared. For that, the project details, like the report of the project, you have to prepare. So all of these details that would be shared to you, like the template and what things you need to follow, that would be shared to you. You need to go with that. But for a better understanding, I have mentioned all of the details to you. Hope things are clear to you, right?
Ma'am, how we create our groups?
So that I'll be creating. So since today all of you are not here, so tomorrow we will be creating the groups here, and I'll be allocating you with the projects and the details. And based on that, you need to go ahead. Based on that, you have to go ahead.
Um,
Okay, fine. So I'll just give you the details. Just a moment. Let me just share you the mail ID, and from there you can just share the mail that I have shared. Just a moment. I have just shared the mail ID in the chat. You can see from there and save the mail ID. In this mail ID itself, you can just go ahead and share the details up. Like you can just share the forms, like the whatever be the mini project details that I have mentioned. You have to share it here. Okay, that is a very mandatory thing to go on for final check. So you need to make sure that by this week, what like this week till this week, like week 5, whatever be the project that you have prepared and whatever be the details I have told you about the project details, then project presentation video link and the GitHub repository link for that very project, you need to mention it up like that in the mention it up in the form that I have shared in the chat. I have given you the mail actually, the email ID. Hope everyone have get the mail ID, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. So any other query, anything you people are having?
Ma'am, will we have to submit the PPT too?
See, PPT is basically for the final project, that is the major project that will be given this week. For the other 5 projects, you don't have to prepare any PPT.
So, ma'am, we
Okay?
have to prepare it individually or in a group?
So I already given you the answered the question, right? I have already given you that your groups will be prepared. So I'll be preparing the groups. Along with that, I will allocate the project by today, like tomorrow or day after tomorrow. I'll do that. So based on that, you have to work.
Okay, ma'am.
Fine. Hope things are clear. Everything, all your queries, I have just given you the answer to all of your queries.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. So we'll just wrap up our like today's session here. Accordingly, we'll meet tomorrow and we'll just go accordingly that has been discussed. Fine.
Mm.
Okay. Okay, guys. Bye.
Bye, ma'am.